Good afternoon, YouTubers. Tsquare with Tsquare Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about a question that came up more recently about a person that was buying. He bought some half a tube, roughly, of American Silver Eagles and a roughly half a tube of silver rounds. The price obviously was a lot different between the two coins. And now that he had bought a half of this and a half of that, he wanted to basically top off both of those tubes. They were actually combined in one tube, and he asked me, I said, well, the first thing we'll do, we'll give you a plain Jane tube, and that way you can at least separate them. Eagles, rounds, they're not the same. They have to be, in my opinion, they don't have to be, but they should be kept separately. Eagles are not around. You pay a higher premium for it, and it's overall a better coin to have, whereas a generic ounce is just a round 1 ounce silver. It has its pros and cons, and the Eagle has its pros and cons, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So when you decide to start stacking silver, you don't pay more than you need to pay, or you get the kind of silver that's actually right for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video or you're new to the channel, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out the videos. It helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We are trying to grow our subscriber base. And if it's not February 23rd yet, be sure to jump over and check out our 10,000 subscriber giveaway, which will have a ton of free silver and goodies that we will be giving out on a live stream on February 23rd. So don't miss out. A lot of different winners. We have it set up pretty well already, and we're excited to do it. So don't miss out on that. If you're interested in becoming a member, it is only $1.99. If you're interested in becoming a member, you don't have to become a member, but we do have special events for members. And with all the comments that are coming in, I now have it set up to where members' comments go straight to me. They go right to my cell phone, so it is a huge perk, because if you have a serious question that you really want to get answered, by becoming a member for $1.99, I do reply to I try to reply to all my comments, but it is getting overwhelming, and once you're a member, I can't miss your comments. So it's a new thing that I do have set up now. It's not even written in the membership deal for $1.99 a month. And we do a lot of special events, give away free stuff, chances to win free stuff, so it's a lot of fun. With that being said, jumping into the video now, it's a common question. American Silver Eagles or generic rounds? Now, right off the bat, we'll talk a little bit about the pros and cons of an American Silver Eagle first. So, American Silver Eagles are sovereign coins. They're backed by, in this case, the United States government. And if it's a Britannia or something else that is still considered a sovereign coin, it's backed by that country. It will usually have a date on it. It will usually have a dollar amount on it. In this case, it's £2. In this case, it says $1. But don't be fooled. Just because it says $1 does not mean that this coin is worth $1. What it means is they put the dollar on there because it's symbolic of back when a dollar represented real silver. You don't see that often now because, unfortunately, dollars are not made out of silver. They're made out of paper nowadays. This is an example of an old silver dollar, and as time went on, we have advanced to better and better silver dollars, including pure 999 silver, with a lot of cool prints, designs, depending on which sovereign coin you're getting. In the US dollar case, silver dollar case, it's been the same design pretty well for a while, but they did just swap it out with a different backing that looks like this. The old backing looked like that. So that way you know the difference between the backing. The fronts have been the same. There's not much difference in design on the front. In fact, there's not really any except for the W that you'll see right here in most cases, not all cases. Now, what is the down points, though, to this? Obviously, because it's a sovereign coin, it's backed by the United States government or, like I said, another country, you're going to pay a little bit more for that. That comes with a higher premium In most cases, I have seen it as, well, I can't say I've seen it as high because we've seen some high premiums. It wasn't a while back when they were charging $49 for these. Now, right off the bat, if you bought at $49, you will have a good wait before you make your money back. Whoever bought at that $49 price range is going to have a little bit of time. You got in during a panic, unfortunately. However, right now, people are not panicking. In fact, a lot of people don't believe that silver is anything special, and therefore you can pick them up at a pretty good deal. On average, I see Silver Eagles on the average dealer or website or coin store running around $31, maybe $32. In some cases, you can find them a little cheaper. In some cases, you can find them more expensive. However, with that being said, let's just say $31, for instance, and then you jump over to a generic round where, you know, it's maybe $3 over spot in a lot of cases, maybe $4, but I think $4 is getting up there. And there's obviously always going to be dealers that have outliers, which means closer to spot or a lot further than spot. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a dealer that's offering some at spot, that will usually be a generic round. They are mass produced. They're unlimited on how many they can make. They're made by just a refinery. This happens to be just a generic 1 ounce. It only has the value of the 1 ounce of silver that is embedded, that this is made out of. What is the downside to it, obviously, is how many there are. It's never really going to be a collectible, most likely. I won't say that's a guarantee, though, because I have seen vintage rounds and vintage bars that are selling for really high premiums now. But ultimately, you're buying, if you buy this, you're buying it for silver. You believe that inflation is getting out of hand. You believe the dollar is losing value, and you believe that inflation is going to keep going, and therefore everything is going to go up. And if you listen to some of the people that might pop into the comments and say, oh, silver ain't never going to go up, you're basically saying that everything else is going to go up, but silver is never going to go up. And that's just absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. I tell you my opinion. But to think that something is going to be worth less in 5 years from now when everything else is going up in price does not really make sense if you're being honest with yourself. We're probably not going to go back to see 99-cent gas. We're probably not going to go back to seeing a time where you can go in and get a shopping cart full of groceries for $20. Therefore, it's inevitable that everything is going to keep going up in price, and so silver probably will too, more than likely. Now, down to the biggest question. Which one is the best opportunity to buy? What is the best silver to buy? Now, this part comes down to your position. Where are you in your stacking journey? If you're stacking silver and you've been stacking for a long time and you have a good safety net of generic rounds, maybe you've been picking up 10-ounce bars that look like this, and you just kind of want something cooler, a nicer touch, then that's where cool stuff like this comes in. And then maybe even you want to advance to getting cooler stuff like this, where it's certified. It's more than an ounce. It's just an ounce. It's an ounce of silver, but you're not going to pay the same price as a 1 ounce of silver. This is a collectible. This is a 1 ounce sovereign coin, and this is for 1 ounce. Now, if absolute worst case scenario, we had a major collapse in the economy, we had a collapse in everything, when it comes to financial aspects, then all three of these is going to be an ounce of silver. If they continue to print money and they convince people that, oh, the dollar's fine and everything is hunky-dory, however they say it, then collectibles will continue to go up in price more than likely. We've seen this happen. That's why collectibles are kind of at an all-time high right now. We've never seen collectibles as high as they are. However, being in all transparency and honesty, if it's a full grid down scenario apocalypse, then hopefully you've got food, water put aside. Hopefully you've got a means of security, whether that be the other precious metals like lead and brass, and a fair amount of it to keep everything together and keep your family secure, then in that aspect, that these probably ain't going to have a huge amount of value right off the bat. But at some point, we always go back. When stuff gets ugly and bad, everybody always turns back to gold and silver as money. Now, the idea of we are going 100% digital and that's it, here's the thing. There's so much cash floating around out there. There's so many loopholes in different systems that it could take a little bit for something like that to happen. And therefore, precious metals kind of comes in handy. It's already a way to, as a safe haven of your assets. It's great to be diversified. Any financial advisor probably will tell you you should be diversified in different asset classes. Precious metals is an asset class that kind of gets glazed over because, quite frankly, they don't make really a commission off of selling it to you. They do make a premium, but what I mean by a commission is they could put you in Apple today, Tesla tomorrow, and Twitter the next day, or X. And as you start to see that, I think it's called X, I don't know. And as you start to see that, you will see them keeping on flip-flopping your stocks and taking their commission each time. So with that being said, once you hold this, you hold it. You own it. It's yours. It's not something that someone can manipulate some numbers and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't have my silver anymore. As opposed to paper silver, where essentially they can manipulate whatever. So back to the actual question at hand, which is better to buy? I would want to have a certain amount of ounces put up. Everybody says how many ounces. I would say if I had to stick a number out there, 500 is a great number. However, that's a hard number to put because everybody is in a different financial situation. Financial advisors will tell you 5% is a great number to have in silver or gold, and it doesn't matter if it's paper or tangible, physical. However, I believe that the only gold or silver someone should have should be physical. Actual silver or gold that you know where it's at and there's no counterparty risk. No one can steal it essentially from a vault box and put an IOU in there and say, oh, we'll give it to them later, or whatever the case may be. Now, someone might say, oh, someone can steal it from you. To a certain point, anybody can steal anything from somebody. I mean, they could hack your account and take all your money out. Is it protected? I guess everybody's account is protected to a certain point until they run out of money. Even FDIC has a limit. Yes, it's $250,000, but could they insure every account across the whole United States if something major happened? And what would they give you? The only thing they would have at that point would be digital currency. So something to think about, a lot to take in if you're new to stacking, you're watching this video, but I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button, you follow for more great videos, and over time you will learn more about it, and it helps out the channel when you hit that thumbs up and you subscribe. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this kind of helped you make your decision a little bit more. In the short run, I would want to have a good amount of ounces. Down the road, when you have extra money and you've got a good safety net, then maybe some eagles. But that's just my opinion, and everybody has them. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time on Tsquare Talk. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.